Good day everyone, I'm Sir RG Layson, your math tutor and guide on this exciting journey through the world of numbers. In this video, we will discuss all about measures of dispersion, part 2, the variance. In this video also, we will be discussing all about ungrouped data of measures of dispersion. Now, we've already discussed the range and standard deviation. We will be focusing now on the variance. The variance for a given set of data is the square of the standard deviation of the data. So when you have now the standard deviation, you just need to square the standard deviation and you will get the variance. So the larger the variance is, the further the individual cases are from the mean. The smaller the variance is, the closer the individual scores are to the mean. Now there are two formulas in finding the variance of the variance, which is the variance of the population and the variance of the sample. Now when your data is a population, you will use this one. So variance of the population equals to, this is the symbol for the variance of the population, equals to the summation of the squared of the deviation over n. And if you have a sample data, so you will use the variance of the sample. This is the symbol for the variance of the sample equals to the summation of square deviation over n minus 1. So for the procedures for computing the variance, number 1 is we need to determine the mean or the n of the n numbers. Number 2, for each number, we need to calculate the deviation between the number of the mean of the numbers. Number 3, we need to calculate each of the deviation and find the sum of the squared of the deviation. Number 4, if the data is a population, then divide the sum by n. And if the data is a sample, then divide the sum by n minus 1. Example number 1, the following numbers were obtained by sampling a population. We have 1, 2, 5, 7, 8. So it's stated sampling a population. That means the given data, we will find now here the sample of the variance. So this is the formula in finding the sample of the variance. First, we're going to find the mean of the given data. So we have here the summation, the mean is equal to summation of your x or your data over n. So we have 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals to 23 divided by 5. 23 divided 5, we have 4.6. So the mean is 4.6. Next, we need to find the deviation. First, we need to write the data class. So the first column is the data. You write the data 1, 2, 5, 7, 8. And also find the sum of the given data, that is 23. So sum, add them up, so you will come up with 23. In the second column, we need to find the deviation. To get the deviation, you just need to subtract the data minus its mean. So 1 minus 4.6, we have negative 3.6. 2 minus 4.6, we have negative 2.6. 5 minus 4.6, we have 0.4. 7 minus 4.6, we have 2.4. 8 minus 4.6, we have 3.4. And then find the sum of the deviation. So the result here, when you add all the given deviation, we have 0. Remember class, that deviation will always 0 class. The result must always be 0. So if your result here is not 0, try to recheck your when you subtract your data and your mean class. Next, step number 3, we need to square the deviation. So your result here in your deviation, you just need to square class. So we have negative 3.6 raised to 2, we have positive 12.96. Negative 2.6 raised to 2, we have 6.76. 0.4 squared, we have 0.16. 2.4 squared, we have 5.76. 3.4 squared, we have 11.56. Now, find the sum of your square deviation. Add 12.96 plus 6.76 plus 0.16 plus 5.76 plus 11.56. We have 37.19. And in step number 4, so let's substitute the sum of your deviation or your square root of deviation in your numerator. over n minus 1, our n is 5 minus 1, so 5 minus 1 is 4. We have 37.19 divided by 4, we have 9.30. So thus the variance is 9.30. We have example number 2. Find the standard deviation of the given population data. We have 2, 5, 8, 10, 15. So it's stated in the given population data. So we will use the in finding the variance of the population class, we have equals to the summation of your squared of deviation over n. So step number 1, we need to find the mean. So add all the given data divide by the number of data. So we have 2 plus 5 plus 8 plus 10 plus 15 equals to 40. Divide 5 since we have 5 datas. 40 divide 5, our mean is 8. Next, in step number 2, for each number, we need to calculate a deviation, the difference between the number and the mean. So, atong buhaton diri is we need to make a table. First column is the data. So, you will write a data 2, 5, 8, 10, 15. And then, find the sum of the data. So, we have 40. To get the deviation, subtract the data by its mean. Our mean class kanina, in step number 1, we have the result 8. So, 2 minus 8, we have negative 6. 5 minus 8, we have negative 3. 8 minus 8, we have 0. 10 minus 8, we have 2. 15 minus 8, we have 7. And then, find the sum of your deviation. Negative 6 plus negative 3, we have negative 9. Plus 0, negative 9. Plus 2, so we have negative 7. Negative 7 plus 7, we have 0. Remember, the deviation must always equal to 0 class. Step number 3, we need to calculate the square of your deviation, or you just need to square the step number 2 result. So we have here negative 6 raised to 2. Negative 6 raised to 2 is positive 36. Negative 3 raised to 2, we have positive 9. 0 squared, we have 0. 2 squared, we have 4. 7 squared, we have 49. And find the sum also of the square of the deviation. So 36 plus 9 plus 0 plus 4 plus 49, we have 98. So in step number 4, because we have the sample n, n is equals to 5, divide the sum of the square deviation by 5. So we have here the result na in our squared of the deviation, which is 98. Divided by 5, we have 19.6. Thus, the variance is 19.6. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've learned something out of this lesson. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share it with your classmates. Thank you so much, everyone. Goodbye.